I might be in the minority on this one, but I believe David Hasselhoff gets a lot of crap from people that he simply doesn't deserve. Is he the world's most amazing actor? Absolutely not. But he has a certain it quality that you just can't deny. Just watch the early episodes of Knight Rider.
How's it feel to be one of a kind again?
As you know, Michael, I do not have feelings. However, for want of a better expression, being one of a kind is a very familiar feeling.
Right. Good night, buddy.
He somehow makes a show about a do-gooder who drives a talking car work. It's a silly concept that he helps ground with raw charisma. He does the same thing with Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., a TV movie that was meant to launch a new action series on Fox in the late 90s. John Derry here with AintItCool.com, and before we go any further, you need to know this. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is silly. It's cheap looking at times. The cast, it feels B-level, and the plot has a few inconsistencies. What it does have, though, is a fanboy-rific script from David Goyer, and a genuine desire to be better than it should be. Nick Fury proudly served his country and protected the world from an evil terrorist organization named Hydra during the Cold War. But after he took down their leader, Baron von Strucker, he exiled himself to the Yukon, where he now dwells in abandoned tunnels, aimlessly beating the walls with a sledgehammer. When the children of Strucker steal his frozen body from S.H.I.E.L.D., the agency has no choice but to call Fury back into duty. I like David Goyer's script here a lot. Unlike other TV projects and movies based on comics up to this point, it never shies away from the Marvel Universe. We get to see characters like Dum Dum Dugan, sans his iconic hat.
Well, look what the cat dragged.
Timothy Aloysius Dugan. Is you dead yet, you swine?
An elderly Arnim Zola, a grandfatherly Baron von Strucker, a blonde-haired Viper, the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier, and more. Goyer even shows some love to Jack Kirby.
Actually, this is my first field assignment.
Terrific. I said now they sent the best.
Well, I did graduate top of my class at the S.H.I.E.L.D. Kirby Academy.
This felt like a Marvel universe that could potentially see other heroes and villains pop up at any time. Although the chances of those characters looking anything like their Marvel counterparts in the comics probably wouldn't have been so great, partially because the budget here seems very limited. That didn't stop the filmmakers from trying their best to bring Goyer's vision to the screen. They could have saved some bucks by eliminating the helicarrier, or S.H.I.E.L.D.'s hovering jets, but they chose instead to spread their limited effects budget evenly throughout the film, leading to some cheesy looking shots. Also, the cast for this, it seems very low rent. Of course, we have the Hoff here in the title role. While I liked his performance as the gruff secret agent who's not afraid to bend the rules or throw out a cheap one-liner before hitting the battlefield, his name doesn't exactly lend credibility to the project. Even if producers had brought in an A-list name to portray our one-eyed hero, I doubt they would have had the same campy panache that the Hoff brings to the role.
Alright. Let's go kick some Hydra butt.
Then there's the inclusion of Lisa Rinna as the femme fatale agent Valentina Allegra de Fontaine. She adequately fills the shoes of her comic counterpart without ever dazzling or making the part memorable. Perhaps the award for worst casting decision goes to whoever hired Sandra Hess to play Lady Hydra. Sandra Hess's German accent is so painful to listen to.
Any attempt to vacuum Manhattan will result in the immediate release of the virus.
I actually liked her as Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, but here she overplays every scene she appears in, even the one where she gets off after shooting a guy.
If there are any other concerns regarding the direction of my leadership, by all means, do voice them now.
Some of her scenes are just painful to watch. Even though the Nick Fury TV movie didn't get much respect from fans at the time, I feel like it played a small role in the development of the modern superhero blockbuster. For one thing, this is David Goyer's first attempt to adapt a Marvel or DC hero into a live-action property. His script works well with some zippy dialogue that balances the drama with the cornball subject matter.
I danced on your poisonous father's grave. I'll dance on your grave too, sweetness.
You would see him take the same approach to the scripts in the Blade series as well. Plus, Goyer must have really liked the whole Baron von Strucker's DNA being infused with the story's MacGuffin, because he used a variation of that same plot device in Man of Steel. Plus, the design of the S.H.I.E.L.D. costumes signals the introduction to the dark leather outfit designs most movie heroes would adopt in the late 90s and 2000s. Before this, with a few exceptions, on-screen heroes were expected to wear spandex, but Nick Fury's simple yet refined leather ensemble started a fashion trend that we still see echoes of today. I contend Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. is a good superhero movie. It's not great, but it's good. The story is strong, but the financing wasn't. If it had been optioned for a feature film instead of a TV project, I believe the results would have been much more impactful and much more memorable. Give credit to Fox Broadcasting for even attempting to create a genre TV series with this high of concept. This is the same broadcast network that ordered pilots and developed genre shows like Heat Vision and Jack, the revival of Doctor Who, Sliders, the animated X-Men series, The Tick, and Firefly. A shame not all of those shows made it to series, as I would have loved to have spent my Tuesday nights with a bowl of popcorn watching the 1-2 punch of Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and the ongoing adventures of the 8th Doctor. Just my thoughts on my favorite David Hasselhoff movie that isn't Star Crash. What are yours? You can leave your comments below or hit me up on Twitter, and keep checking in with AintItCool.com for more news and reviews. I'm John Airy.
You know he's even uglier than I remember. Your frozen popsicle. Get it, Andrea? Popsicle? You know, that's the problem with the Third Reich. No sense of humor.